This is a video that I wanted to put together for a do-it-yourself Feelfree gravity seat extension, which is this right here. I am personally 6'4", and the backrest on the gravity seat's great seat, but it just sat a little bit low on my back. So right now, the way that I have this done, the sit is sitting right underneath, the top of this is sitting right underneath my shoulder blades. So it gave it a lot more height for my back and a lot more comfort, as we can see right here. And I'm going to go through and show you step by step how I did this. Very cheap way to add an extension and a lot more comfort. So I had went to Lowe's. What I did was I just got this aluminum piece. It's an aluminum flat piece, 1/8 by 3/4. This is 3 foot. You can see right there, it's pretty thin. I do know the guys are doing this with galvanized steel. I decided to do it with aluminum. It's a lot easier to bend, a lot easier to drill and work with. So what I had done, we got the tape measure right here. I measured out, I've marked the lines on here as well. I measured out 15 1/4 right there, and then I also did a mark at 5 1/8 and 10 1/8 inches. What I did is I bent this right here at a 90-degree angle, and I bent it there at a 90-degree angle, and I had cut this right here. I just got a simple carbon steel hacksaw, pretty cheap. I didn't have one, so this is something I could use for other things. That actually cut through the aluminum real well. So after bending these at a 90-degree angle, I used a 1/4 inch metal drill bit, and I took the bracket that came with the seat. So underneath here, there is actually a small little bracket. And then that bracket is tied into 2 screws right here, screw heads, or nuts I should say. So you have a nut here and you have a nut here. I used a 10mm wrench to get these off. It worked perfectly fine. So I removed everything off of there. The piece that's under here, I used that as a template for drilling these holes. So before, after I had bent this, I flipped it over and I marked where those holes were on that metal piece. And then I used the drill bit and I drilled with a 1/4 inch hole on those 2 slots. I also used a 1/4 inch for here and a 1/4 inch for here, and that actually fit through perfectly fine with the bolt that goes through the middle of the seat. You will have to remove a cotter pin here and a cotter pin here. This is for a 2020 Lure 11.5. I do know that the older ones also have cotter pins on the outside that you will remove and that you won't put back in. You're just going to use these 2 center cotter pins. And then I bolted the back down, tightened it up pretty well, slid that through, and that's pretty much it. I got that piece of aluminum for just under $5. Real cheap way to extend the seat. I know that you can get a higher back for the seat right from Feelfree, but that's, you know, $70, $80. And I don't even really think it goes up that high. This is actually a perfect fit for what I needed it for. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them on the bottom. And once again, this is an extension for a gravity seat for a Feelfree kayak.